Hey everybody, I was super sick this past week and my work got super busy and ultimately a lot of stuff just started piling on each other and I didn't have time to put together a normal video this week. But a Q&A video is something I've wanted to do for quite some time. I just wanted to wait until the channel had enough of a footing for me to actually, have something to talk about. But seeing as I was super busy this past week and I've actually got a lot of videos under my belt at this point, I figured now's as good a time as any. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's going to be a lot more laid back than the rest of them. My goal with this is I hope it gives you a little bit of insight into this channel, a little insight into me, and ultimately I hope you enjoy it. So please enjoy. Alright, question number 1.
So what made you want to start a YouTube channel?
I've loved making videos for quite some time now. I used to make videos back when I was in college. I actually made like 80 to 100 videos or something like that. But the problem was that they sucked. It's true, they were horrible. So eventually I shut that down just because they weren't going anywhere. I didn't like them. Nobody liked them. And it just, dead end. Several months ago, I found myself writing a bunch of stuff. I came up with all these good jokes regarding like video games and things like that. And I thought, you know what? I miss making videos. I want to give it another shot. And I remembered from my horrible videos from days of yore, I think the one thing I was halfway decent at was writing. So I came up with this new style that more involved reviewing games rather than playing them or strictly making fun of them. And I thought maybe that would be a better footing for me to start a channel on because it would allow me to have a little more control over the writing. And as many of y'all know, that's pretty much what the first several videos were, probably about the first 10 before I started branching off into other things. But I'm really enjoying it now. I am glad people are enjoying the other types of videos that I like making. And it's really nice to be able to make different types of videos like that because it gets less monotonous. I'm not a huge fan of video editing, but the fact that I can make a review, a gameplay, something like this, or a little sketch making fun of so-called Star Wars fans. I've gotten pretty much exclusively positive feedback on everything, and I really appreciate that. And it's what makes it really fun.
Question number 2. What is your favorite video that you have made so far?
My favorite video that I've made so far is 100% the Overwatch video. I know there's like no jokes in it, and I love being funny and making people laugh, and I think that's probably one of my favorite things I get to do on this channel. But as for a single video, I'm really happy with how the Overwatch one turned out. It's a game I love. It's a game I think is important and, has a place in, gaming history, gaming society, even regular society. If you watch the video, I make some pretty strong connections with it in the real world. I was, in fact, trying to put together a logical argument against the idea that video games as a medium incite violence, because as a general rule I don't believe they do, and I think Overwatch really is one of the strongest arguments for my position, and that's what I wanted to present in the video, and I think I did that well.
Are there any games you will never do full reviews for?
There's a few games that I don't ever intend to do full reviews for, some for good reasons, some for bad. A couple for good reasons I can think of are Mario Odyssey and Celeste, both wonderful games that I really enjoy, but Dunkey made videos on each of these, and I pretty much agree with him 100% on the good and bad and why their goods are good and bad are bad, so it would just be kind of redundant. I don't really have anything to add to what he said about these two games, so I just don't see a need to make videos on them. If you want to know what those two games are about, go watch his videos. They're much better than anything I've made. Just be aware there's like swearing and stuff, but most of y'all are grown-ups. You'll be fine. One game that I will probably never do a full review for a negative reason is Red Dead Redemption 2, because I don't like it and I don't want to fight anybody. It's not a game good enough worth fighting for. If you want to know my problems with Red Dead 2, watch Nakey Jakey's video on it. It's like 40 minutes long, and it's brilliant, and it highlights everything wrong with the game, and just like things that I think, because Rockstar is seen as such a top tier game developer, things I worry will spill over into other games that don't have those issues. Like, I think, personally, the Far Cry series is what everyone pretends the Red Dead series is. In the freedom of gameplay and the do whatever you want and the ability to do crazy things and tackle missions the way you want to. That's my main issue with the game. I don't like how linear it is in such a vast open world. If you want my opinion, that's one sentence summarized. I don't like how linear it is in such a vast open world. It contradicts itself. That's my issue with it. Go watch Nikki Jakey's on it. It's a lot better than mine. Again, cursing, but again, most of you are grown-ups. You'll be fine. Someone's gonna fight me over this stupid Red Dead thing. It's... Leave me alone.
Are there any specific YouTubers you would like to work with?
Dunky and Nikki Jakey, if y'all are listening, hit me up, fam.
What about girlfriend reviews?
Oh, yes, girlfriend reviews. Hit me up, fams. There's two of them.
We love them.
We love them, yes. We'll play games with them, please. I guess it's fair to say that those would be kind of shots in the dark. You know, I got, 30 subscribers. I had 34, but then 4 of them pieced out. I don't know why. It makes me a little sad, but whatever. Some things that are a lot more realistic, I think. I would love to... I loved getting to work with John from HP&XP, and I look forward to doing more stuff with him and other people involved in that channel. I'd love to have more of them on my show. I'd love to go do some stuff over on their channel. I think we have a similar senses of humor, so I just think it's a match made in heaven. I'm friends with the people behind Blimey Cow. I think they're pretty cool, and they just rebooted their gaming show. You know, if that stays around a while, it'd be pretty sweet to get to do something with them.
All right, number 5. What do you have planned for the future of this channel?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All sorts of good stuff. This last month and a half or so, y'all probably noticed I started kind of experimenting with different styles to see what worked and what didn't work. And I'm happy to see that most of the things I tried seemed to work. I like doing the gameplay videos. I think it allows for, a different perspective on games than just reviewing them, and they're also a lot easier to edit. Mixing those in with regular reviews and the longer video essays, like the Overwatch or Battle Royale video, are going to make it a lot easier for me to maintain consistency, which is something I really want to try to do. I intend to keep going with all my various styles of videos. I intend to keep making standard reviews. I pre-ordered, Link's Awakening. I intend to get Modern Warfare, The Outer Worlds, Star Wars game. Jedi Fallen Order? That one.
think so.
Jedi Fallen Order, Pokemon. So I want to do reviews of all these. Plus, doing some reviews of older games I grew up playing or just games that I think need a good shout out, things like that. I want to do more gameplay. I want to do more bargain blitzes. I want to do more different things. Even some ideas that would make for fun videos, but not necessarily a good series. Like I think it's totally okay for me to do something that's fun once. That doesn't necessarily need to spawn a series, like the Star Wars thing. I think that was funny. It got good feedback. I thought it was funny. I kind of built it around a character, which I would love to bring back eventually, but that's not something you're going to see every month. Because that kind of comedy has to be pretty reactionary. Like when I made that thing with the making fun of Star Wars like that, the first thing that came to my mind was the next video I could do that can be whenever they release an updated trailer for the stupid Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So you might see Genuine Critic again whenever that trailer drops. But other than that, yeah, I want to keep going with what I've got. And I've got a couple more tricks up my sleeve I'd like to try. But you know what? If they don't work out, then I'm going to be fine with that, I think. Because so far, other things I've tried have worked. And I think they're enjoyable for y'all. They're fun to make for me. And some of them are a lot lighter on the editing and are going to help me be more consistent.
Will you still upload every Friday? And if so, what are you posting next Friday?
I want to say absolutely. I really hope absolutely. I'm like 90% sure I can maintain the one a week thing. Especially if I can keep mixing in, gameplays and things that are shorter videos, things that are a lot lighter on the editing. Because like I said, I really do want to maintain the consistency. A couple of my favorite YouTube channels personally, my least favorite thing about them is the fact that they're not consistent. So I'm not like upset at them for not being consistent. I just know as a creator that's something I want to do because it's something I appreciate in other creators. So yes, I fully intend to keep up the every Friday schedule. That's why I'm here recording this with my sick voice to make sure y'all have something that's, worth listening to, even if it's not a big fancy edited video essay on the micro consoles releasing over the last few years. But what am I doing next Friday? Is that a spoiler? It's not a spoiler. I guess if they've made it... This video is pretty long at this point. It's longer than I thought it was. If they've made it this far, then they can get a teaser next week. I think that's fair, right?
That's fair.
Yeah, alright. Next Friday, I want to do another bargain blitz, like the one I did, highlighting games that are under $20. But I specifically want to highlight 2D platformers. It's one of my all-time favorite genres. It's one of the first genres I ever played. Outside of like Mario and a couple pretty big indie games, there's a lot of solid 2D platformers that I think get kind of swept under the rug. So I'm intentionally looking for some that I think need a little more, a few more minutes in the sun to get a little extra exposure. So if you like 2D platformers, look forward to that. I'll have some good recommendations, and I think it'll be a good video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that all the questions?
I think so.
Cool. See you next week.